Peace and blessings, everybody, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode, we are going back to New Jersey. That's right, hashtag NJ Hip Hop right here. And we're going to give you one of the best new voices in Jersey that you have not heard that will soon become one of your favorite artists. We're talking to D.Bridges, and we're talking about his album, About Dre. Make sure you stay tuned. This episode is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial and credit repair world. If you're looking to give your pockets a little more room to put some more money in, besides your stimulus check, maybe you want to beat the odds, contact them at 862-250-5122. Start the summer right and your after Corona life right with more money in your pocket. So once again, Transparent Credit Repair, 862-250-5122. Now that we got that done, stay tuned for the interview, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. And I have somebody on here that, if you've been watching the platform, you've seen him before. Now we get to talk to him more exclusively. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
What's good, man? I go by the name of D.Bridges, man.
That's right. And D.Bridges was on Heritage Hip Hop in the Cypher interview with Stephen Xavier. And now we get the man by himself. So how have you been doing during this quarantine COVID crisis?
Hey, man, I'm a essential worker, so I'm just out here still working, man, just staying safe, that's all.
Well,
other than that, though, I'm coolin', man.
Well, on behalf of everybody out there that knows that you're taking a risk every day, thank you very much, and we salute you for your service and making sure that the American economy and the American people are still moving forward and not sitting still going crazy.
I definitely appreciate it, man.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more to my man D.Bridges, who not only is an active MC and active in the community, you got a project out that people need to check out.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Well, let's talk about Dre. What was the process of making this album, and how long did it take you to do it?
That project, I probably start working on it around 2017.
I
had a few setbacks which prolonged the process. Then I went through a phase where I just was like, I'm done with music completely. Then I bounced back like, nah, I can't let this go unfinished. So, I had that in the works for a good, 3 years. And, for me, I feel like with music, it's all about time. It's just because it's done don't mean it got to go out right away. You know what I mean? So I just, was putting a lot of finishing touches on it. That's actually not even the original album. That's the second version of the album. The original version was a whole list of completely different songs, but, had an issue with one of the producers that produced 95% of the first one, found that he wasn't producing a lot of the songs that he was sending me the tracks for. So to avoid me even getting into legal battles with anybody else who might have produced it, I just scrapped the whole thing, linked up with a couple of other legit producers, and took it from there.
Okay. Well, the album was definitely worth the wait because unlike most of the hip-hop we get today, which is vibe-oriented, you really tell a couple stories on here that bring the listener into your world. You know what I'm saying? And salute to you for doing a listening party with some of your music and some other MCs as well. Because that really got to show people the depth of you and the music that you write. Like you said, when it comes to pain music, your pen, you say, is unequal. Well, let's look at the cover of the album. Is there any significant story that you want to tell me about the cover of the album?
Nah, not really, man. My man who did that album cover, he actually been doing my album cover since day one. Hold on, let me tell you right now, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17. Out of 18 projects that I put out, he's only not did 2 of them.
Okay.
So, I felt like, I'm not sure if this is my last album. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one after this. I don't know what the future holds. But I felt like I needed to go back to my man and be like, look, I need you to do it. He was like, yo, just send me a bunch of pictures. I'll come up with something. He asked me, did I have any ideas? And I put all the trust in him. I was like, yo, I've been dealing with you for years, man. So I'm going to put my trust in you and let you be the creative force behind this one. And he sent it back to me the next day, like, yo, this is what I came up with. I was like, yo, don't even change nothing. We good.
I saw the Boys in the Hood shirt, and I sort of forgot about Dre. And I was like, what are we talking about right here? Because
I mean,
subliminally...
anybody who know me personally know.
Mm-hmm.
I start doing music because of NWA, first of all. Second of all,
Mm-hmm.
I actually got the NWA logo tattooed on me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So that it did have a little significance because that's kind of where I got my whole inspiration from.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a significance between me having that shirt on for the cover.
But even the subscript, the lower third on the shirt says "Increase the peace," and forgot about Dre's a mental battle between not only you and your story, but the listener and the MC giving the direction. You want to say anything about that?
Nah, I always feel like, you know, when it comes to the music, if you don't have a story to tell, you're going to keep creating the same song over and over and over. I always feel like it has to be a balance with music. I'm not saying, you know, to the artist that's out now, don't make the kind of music you feel good making, but I always feel like to an extent, you got to be able to reach the people. You got to be able to get the people something that they can feel.
That's called emotional depth, and that's what a lot of people don't use when they make twerking music. Not saying that you can't, but the stuff that we turn up to or they play in the club is really not something that we really get thought-provoking music from. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, going from the album, let's just talk about a couple tracks, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Let's talk about "I'm Good." What was the motivation behind "I'm Good"?
I'm good. I just felt like with that song, I could give them some sort of pain and some sort of story with today's sound of music. You know what I mean? I felt like, you know, I don't want to give you the same, you know, low-key piano beats with drums and all that. I felt like, let me give them something up-tempo, something that they could bop to and still get my bars off on it.
Yeah, because I'm Good. It sounded a little trendy, but not only was it trendy, it also was like a gut punch because when you get hit in the stomach real good, you know how you lose your wind and you got to sit down and catch your breath.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a song with good lyrics make you sit down and catch up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of got from that song, and "I'm Good." And plus, we from Jersey, so "I'm Good" means like 7 different things. You know what I'm saying? So then when I saw the title, I'm like, okay, like, where we going with this? And even from it, you know what I'm saying, as you go into the, more songs, it made sense because it fit the narrative of the album. You know,
Yeah.
one song that really stood out to me was "Cut from a Different Cloth." Why don't you get
Oh,
some
man.
background to that and really go into that?
I cut from a different cloth. To me personally, I would say that's probably my second favorite song on the album because
Okay.
that's just something that I'm not going to say no names because I did the song and I felt like I did it in a tasteful way where as though I'm not disrespecting nobody, but I'm venting and I'm getting, you know, my feelings off of my chest about a certain situation with, you know, somebody that was close to me and I felt like, yo, you know, certain situations went left because of X, Y, and Z, but I'm still here. Like, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much, you know, a personal joint that I just felt like I had to vent and get that off my chest.
I want to ask you a question because that song is more than a song to me. It really cuts to the heart and hits home because too many people and too many instances in society where men of brown skin are making moves. It seems like the people that's next to you have ulterior motives to your success. Why do you think songs like this are the songs that stand out and mean so much to so many different people?
I feel like that because a lot of people feel certain ways about situations, but they scared to speak on it because of the repercussions that might come with it. And even with me, I'm like, yo, certain people close to me might know exactly what I'm talking about on that song or might know exactly who I'm talking about on that song, but I felt like I did the song slick enough for them to probably listen to it and be like, oh, nah, this is just a song. He's just talking his talk on it. I mean, but that's a real joint and that's really, you know, a real situation that was dealing with somebody close to me. And I feel like, you know, certain people, you know, probably listening to that like, yo, he talking that same shit that I just went through with my homie. You know what I mean? So it's like I try to give people music they can relate to.
That like I said, pain is one of the most. Pain is in the original formula of hip hop, unfortunately, because we had to lose to break a culture of something out of nothing, and that nothing is so many things put together. It's more than financial; it's also trust. You know, and even in today's society, where you have groups of people get together and then they break up, and then you feel like it was a trust issue, it was a money issue. You got people who on the street who hustle together, and as soon as somebody gets some money, or they get like a female, it's like it goes out the window now. It's like, you know, you doing better than me.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping it real with you, that song hit me because I see it so many times and in so many ways, especially not only with men, but women are just so, I don't know. The opposition is crazy. And speaking of women, tell me about the Vapors. That seems like a homage song.
Vapors is just, I'm going to keep it real with you. Vapors is probably the oldest song on that album.
Okay.
Like that's the only song from the first version of the album that I did that I kept.
Mm-hmm.
And I only kept because I felt like, you know, it's just, to me, it was a fun joint to record. A lot of women liked it, not realizing that I'm talking about them in the way of they don't want to get down with dudes because they at the bottom and don't want to be there to watch them grow. You know what I mean? And I also got the inspiration from the Biz Marquee song originally.
Yeah. That's the homage. Yeah, I know. And like I said, most people don't give homage to hip hop no more. Like, I mean, we're at a time where hip hop is like 50 years old, like just about. You know what I'm saying? And right, 50 years, almost like 50 years old now. And like, sometimes it's good to just, you don't got to remake a song. Well, it's good to just throw something back. Like I was just talking to Rampage, and he did to him Cool Like That again. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes when you do that,
that's my 6-year-old daughter's favorite song, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, she got a new song she can listen to.
She actually she recorded a rap to that beat.
Oh, you need to put that out.
It's on my
everybody.
Instagram page.
I gotta send it to me, cause show everybody how it's in the genes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That greatness is in the genes. It's not just acquired. It's bred. You know. And that's what I mean. Like I said, great albums hit you where it hurts. It hits you inside. And I mean, Open Letter is something that really hits inside. Why don't you talk about that track?
I mean, to anybody who heard the album and heard that song, it's pretty much self-explanatory, but that's honestly with me trying to build a relationship back that I'm trying to build with my biological father now, after, you know, not being involved for so many years. That was just my way of, if I had to write a letter to him, letting him know how I felt, that was the letter that I wrote to him.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm at a loss with that song because so many of us are so hurt about parentage. Whether we know them and we don't grow that cookie cutter life where things are easy, or we don't know them and you still long for that connection. Relationships and connectivity are the basis of what melanated people are bred on, because our societies are always about family, togetherness, trust, equality, and closeness.
Yeah, and even if you listen to the song, it tells you, like, look, yeah, this is how I felt about everything, but if you listen to the song and, you know, really pay attention to it, that's my way of telling them also, like, look, this is how I feel about everything, but at the end of the day, as a grown man, with kids, understanding certain situations, I forgive you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I always feel like, you know, everybody make mistakes, ain't nobody perfect.
Yeah. And, like I said, going into the track, Open Letter seems like the basis of the entire album, because it all is an open letter to your looking to hip hop, how you translate hip hop from your soul to the listener. What was the most important record that you put on that album?
Probably that one. To me, that was probably the most important song on there because at 37 years old, that's how I was feeling since I was 5 years old.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk about the songs that kind of offshot the tempo of the album, and that's Let the Beat Talk.
Oh yeah, let the beat talk. A lot of people said that kind of gave the album a different feel, a different direction, but that joint was actually a song I recorded probably 2, maybe 3 years ago, and I kept the hook. But I rewrote I got my little bro on there, Rusan, shout out to him. That's the only feature I had on the album for personal reasons as far as a rapper. Only put him on the album because I felt like, when I first really started taking music serious, I started taking it serious for him. So I'm like, for this to be my, first real album, because everything else I did was like mixtape material and all that. Felt like, let me put my brother on here, let him get his shine, because, even with him, he went through a lot to even still be able to rap. Like, a lot of people don't know, he got shot 19 times.
Yeah, I heard about them.
So for him to still, be here, be by my side, whatever move I make, and still be able to support me, I'm like, you know what? I'm only putting him on here, and I'm gonna let him get his shine on. Like, and we actually wrote that song probably 20 minutes before the session started.
Wow.
But it was just the chemistry me and him got in the studio. It's like, all right, let's knock this out. 1, 2, 3, boom, we good.
Well, shout out to him, and we're thankful that you're alive, bro. So when you hear this interview from Heritage Hip Hop, well, we salute and thank you for staying around. Well, you said one of the songs I picked was your second favorite. What's your first favorite song on your album?
Well, Open Letter to me is my personal favorite. Secondly, Cut from a Different Cloth, and third would probably be Anything.
Now talk about Anything, because that's a very interesting lineup that you put together. Tell me about Anything.
I mean, Anything is pretty much just me flexing my muscle. Like, look, I love women. I love females to death. Like, I love women. So I'm like, let me get them a song that they could listen to me like, oh, I feel like he might be talking about me on this song. Like, oh, I feel like, damn, this is what I want my man to say to me. You know what I mean? So I felt like, let me put something together like that, but I'm going to still keep it lyrical, and I'm going to still have the wordplay in there just to make it fly. So that was pretty much just the whole idea with that. I just wanted to get a female something that they could bop to.
So do you realize on your album, the things that you picked as your favorite was about love, loyalty, and connectivity?
Yeah.
Why do you think today in hip-hop that's not cherished or celebrated as much as you celebrated it on your album?
I just feel like it's not celebrated because everybody following the trend or everybody following the wave of what's out now. Like, for example, when you posted that list, that little video list you posted, and I responded to it, I said, look, every artist on there, it sounds the same, except for the two that we already heard of. I've never heard of none of them other guys, but everybody sounds the same content, same beat, same tempo, even the same look in the videos. So I'm like, yo, that's not me. That's not what I represent. I represent, giving people that music they can relate to, giving people that music they can feel good to, giving people that music they can really listen to.
Well, that's our fault. And I'm going to tell you what I mean when I say our fault. As an artist, I don't think y'all understand the power of the media. And as the media, I don't think we understand the responsibility we have to uphold the artist. Let me tell you what I mean. Let me explain that before we go forward.
Yeah.
As an artist, y'all distrust the media. Let me tell you what I mean. World Star Hip Hop seems to be one of the biggest medias, right? But if you don't got $8,000, you can't get on there. You know what I'm saying? But in New Jersey, y'all have medias, but y'all don't reach out to the medias to promote y'all stuff. Then as the media, this is my issue I have with the media in Jersey, which I am a part of, so I'll put myself on the line too. We don't fight to put y'all where y'all need to be, and we just go with, like you said, the trends, or we just go with what's popular. Like, Heritage Hip Hop was not made to be popular. That's why you don't see me do the things other people do. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is not about promoting me. It's about the culture. It really comes down to, if you really want to be known, you have to network with those media outlets. If you really want to be known, the media outlets got to do their part to put you out there. And like I said, as a media outlet, I feel like I shouldn't have to go to an MC and be like, yo, you got a project out, let's do an interview. Yo, you got a video out, why I got to look for your video? Send it to me so I can put it on the website. I got people who watch, you got people that watch, let's grow each other. And with that, we have other people controlling the narrative. Because I think the person that made that list isn't even from Jersey, which is interesting.
I don't think so.
But see, once again, that comes to controlling the narrative. On your album, you control the narrative with pacing and staying in your pocket with being realistic. We said on your last interview, D.Bridges is that fly dude on the block that got something to say that most people will miss if they don't pay attention. Why should people pay attention to you now, since this is your first real album and you were in the mixtape junket?
I mean, I feel like people should listen to it now, because if you follow whatever I did in the past, it's a growth. Like, you can hear the maturity in the music, you can hear the growth in the lyrical content, and a lot of people don't even notice that, I could rap my ass off, but I ain't cursed not one time on the whole album, or I use the word nigga on the whole album. And I don't even know if people even really listen to catch on to that. Hello?
No, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, and I don't even know if people listen, and caught on to that. And I haven't done that in over 10, 12 years of doing music.
No,
but
most people are not going to catch it. No, most people are not going to catch it because they want to bob their head and catch the vibe and not listen to the lesson. Master Killer had one of the most quotable hip-hop lines in hip-hop history that a lot of people missed on Triumph. And he said, the deaf and the dumb are intrigued by the drum. So people who are deaf, who can't hear the lyrics, and dumb, who won't speak the lyrics, they're just going to nod their heads. So you put yourself in an elite group of people who speak to the masses, not just make the masses move.
Yeah, and I just felt like, too, with this project, man, I felt like I had a lot to say. I had a lot to talk about. I had a lot to get off my chest. And I feel like, I felt like it was good music. I felt like it was good music that people could listen to, people could enjoy, people could be like, oh, damn, he talking about something I really just went through with the homie on the block, or I remember going through this with my biological father, or, just the way I'm feeling about my shorty right now. Like, I mean, so I just felt like I try to make it a well-rounded project, but I try to stay, true to myself and true to what I feel.
What is your goal with this album, and where do you want it to go?
I'm going to be real with you. Like, my goal for this album, I'm not going to say I hit my goal already, but I feel like I have hit my goal to an extent, because I always said I would rather not sell 1 million streams or whatever the case may be, but if I could get somebody to reach out to me and say, yo, bro, certain song on that album really touched my heart, or something you said on that album really inspired me, to me, that means more than anything. And I've had a couple of people reach out to me like, yo, you inspired me after listening to that, or, yo, you said something that made me want to go make up with my father. You know what I mean? So, to me, stuff like that is worth more than anything.
Word. But now, for this part of the interview, we're going to introduce the cheat code. And the cheat code is, you have a limited number of people listening to it. And if the album is so impactful, why not spread it further so more people can get enticed and touched by the lyrics to go make their lives better? Why? You don't have to have 1 million streams, but why not put it out there? It's like on Madden or like a game that you play where you build your character up. Okay, you met that goal, but then what's the next level for the same thing? Well, how do we do it to that next level?
I mean, right now it's just, I'm actually working on, the whole placement, the promo and all of that. You know what I mean? But I had a lot of stuff set up for it. Like, I had a lot of shows lined up for it. I had an album release party lined up for it. I had a lot of stuff planned for this album, but everything got shut down. And I was going to wait until, all of this is over, and then put the album out with the release parties and all of that, X, Y, Z. But I'm like, you know what? if people stuck in the house, I might as well give them the album to listen to.
Hey, man, just put some money behind it and promote it, man. That's all you got to do, man. Just every month, pick a state, pick a region, and just put some money behind it, man. That's all you got to do. Like, it's deeper than that, but that's the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so before we finish that out, you know you got to talk about one of my songs, man. What's my song on the album? You remember? You don't remember? That's my song, bro. Talk about that work. Talk about that work.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I actually did not like that song at all. I didn't like the song. I didn't like it when I recorded it. I'm like, it's cool, but I was like, yo, it sounds kind of dry. Yeah. But when I performed it at Lincoln Park, I was forced to perform it at Lincoln Park. That's not the original song I wanted to rock at Lincoln Park.
All right. And what happened when you performed it?
I was forced to perform it.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I performed it, and the response I got from it when I got off stage, I was like, oh, man, they like this song?
You're damn right we do.
And that's why I tell people sometimes, like, yo, what you might think is the best song you got, the crowd might not think so. You know what I mean? Some people be like, yo, this is my hit right here. I'll be like, yo, weigh your options first. Don't settle on just that one song, because that is definitely not the song I was going to perform. The DJ forced me to perform that song because he played it, and I told him to play something else.
God works in mysterious ways.
But
you know what's funny?
Yeah, you know what's funny? Actually, though, that song was actually Nipsey Hussle inspired, and I don't even know if people really caught the feel and the vibe of the song. But if you listen to Double Up on the Victory Lap album, and then listen to that song, you'll hear how I said it's Nipsey inspired.
All right. But see, here's the thing, though. Rod Digger said the same thing you said. She said, remember the song Showdown on Dirty Harriet?
Yeah.
She said that beat she hated. And her manager said, look, sometimes you got to go out of your pocket to spread your wings. And Showdown was one of the songs that impressed most people because it was an off beat and she killed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like, you know, you're right. Never sleep on yourself, because no matter what comes out of your creativity, you never know who it might hit or how it might hit. I mean, hey, bro, think about this. We just had the RZA and Premier battle, right? And a lot of people talked about how Protect Your Neck was the first single Wu-Tang came out with, but Method Man, the B-side or the other song, was the one that popped and hit and took them to the level.
Yeah.
So you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to me, that album right there took me back to my childhood. That battle took me back to my childhood. I was sitting here listening to this like, damn, I remember what I was doing when I first heard that song. Because to be real with you, like, I grew up listening to NWA, Cube, and Dre. That's all I grew up listening to. I didn't really get into New York rap until Wu-Tang and Nas.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Where does Appetite for Destruction land on your your top NWA song?
Oh no, that's my shit, man. Listen, man. Can't nobody tell me nothing wrong about NWA, man. I don't care what you say. Those my dudes right there. I know it sounds weird because I'm born and raised here, but that's where I first start listening to hip hop at.
It's not weird, man.
You know, even with the Chronic album, Shorty, you know, I've been looking for it. I'm like, yo, why is this album not on no streaming platforms?
So the Dr. Dre deal with Apple.
Yeah, so Shorty hit me like, yo, you know the Chronic about to drop on all streaming platforms. I'm like, get out of here. So she sent me the screenshot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, word, finally. So I told her, I said, listen, when this album drop, do not get in the car with me for at least 2 weeks, because that's all you gonna hear. And she like, but what's the hype about it? It's old. I said, yo, this album right here is what made me want to do music. I'm like, yo, I'm listening to this for 2 weeks straight. Cause I still got the original CD from when the album first dropped.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Hey, man.
Because, you know, no nobody walk around with CDs no more.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm like, yo, when this drop, man, and it drop on the 19th, that's all I'm playing.
19, 20, no, 420.
Not on Tidal, it's dropping the 19th.
Oh, well, you got Tidal?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to you, because I'm a Tidal head myself.
Yeah, Tidal said it's dropping on the 19th, so.
That's what's up. Hey, let's get it.
I feel like Dre picked the perfect time to drop it, too.
Yeah.
Because now, and think about it, it's probably going to go platinum all over again.
As long as he did the deals right, yes, it will.
Yep.
So let me ask you this question. Because you brought up something interesting about that battle, and I want to ask you, who won?
Oh, man. I don't want to give the answer that everybody else is giving and say hip-hop won, because to me, I felt like to a certain extent hip-hop did win, because it gave a lot of people, a lot of the younger generation, a chance to really hear, like, this was the golden era of hip-hop. You know, this was that was half of the golden era of hip-hop right there. So, but me listening off of personal preference, man, and everybody slept on him, but I think the RZA got him.
Okay.
And the only reason I say that, because there's a lot of joints Premier did that was fire, but he didn't play them.
So how did you feel knowing that the RZA did play Triumph into the overtime?
I mean, hey, that just go to show that was one of his most popular beats, and he didn't even use it the right way to win. But I think overall, I think I was highly impressed with it. I just didn't like the sound quality in the beginning.
True.
You know what I mean? But me knowing the songs, I was able to block that out. Like, all right, I know these songs. I ain't got to worry about what it sound like.
So then, in the spirit of playful competition, D.Bridges versus who?
Anybody.
Uh-oh.
Anybody. I don't know if you watched. I did a song for song battle with two other artists.
I mentioned it. I mentioned it earlier. So that's why I brought it back up. You did a song for song with two other artists, and I reached out to them artists and said, "Yo, I want to interview y'all. One hit me back, but then not interview, but just to follow each other." But yeah, I definitely saw that.
That was fun. You know what I mean? Because it showed like a lot of, and this is what bothers me about New Jersey, because we so much in competition with each other. We take the time out to show love to each other and you know, let them know, like, yo, that song was dope. You might have got me on that round. You know what I mean? Like, we don't do that with each other. We so scared to show love because we don't want to look like, oh, I'm a fan of his music, so that means he might be better than me. Nah, I'm just a fan of good music.
I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to just say a lot of people are still slaves because they want to follow a dead industry that doesn't even act the way they act anymore.
Yeah.
And we'll close it, and we'll close that on there, right there. So anything you want to tell anybody in reference to your album, following you, or anything you want to plug, you can do it right now.
I mean, you know, you can follow me on Instagram at D.Bridges Music. You can follow me on Facebook, Dre Bridges. The album is on all major platforms. Again, it's called D.Bridges. Forgot About Dre, spelled exactly how it sounds. And, you know, just listen to the music. If you like it, repost it, hit me up, let me know your favorite song. I'll repost what you posted about it to show you some love and all that. So, you know, just keep the love going, man. I definitely, you know, want to say this to everybody who has listened to it and gave me feedback or posted it, shared it, liked it, commented, whatever you did for this album for me, I humbly appreciate it. And y'all, it makes me feel good to know, like, yo, the music is being appreciated.
And there it is. I mean, we look forward to hearing more of your music. We look forward to more, because you say this may be your last album. Well, hip hop will miss a very unique gift if you stop making music. But follow your heart and let's get your music played not only on phones, but let's get it in arenas and venues, because it is that good.
Man, I definitely appreciate that, man.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, we keep our word. Heritage Hip Hop is the one platform where you can spread your wings and let your voice be heard. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody out there in the media from Jersey that's actually doing it big for other people. We appreciate you just as much as we appreciate the artists. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, make sure you follow D.Bridges on Instagram and all social medias. Make sure you buy the album. But if you have to stream, because I know finances are a little tight right now during this COVID, please support the brother. Listen to his music. Make sure you follow Heritage Hip Hop all over, and follow our website, www.heritagehiphop.com, where we have a free membership platform where you join our website, you get Heritage Hip Hop Playlist 3, you get our members only page, which is exclusive mixtapes and projects that people have put out that you can download free from our site. And if you want to support us, we have a store, storefrontier.com/heritage hip hop, where you can get our New Jersey hip hop apparel and our heritage hip hop apparel. So everybody out there that's listening,
I definitely got to do that and get one of them t-shirts too, man.
Yeah, I want one of your brands too, because you got a brand I like to support. Oh, shout out to Choice. You got to shout out Choice.
Yeah, man, shout out to my bro Choice, because he be keeping me fly with the custom clothes, man. And we be coming up with some crazy ideas, and we just say, look, we just going to throw this on the shirt and see how I do. And we ain't never missed yet.
Nah, y'all haven't, because like I said, some of the colors y'all got are crazy.
Yeah, so shout out to Choice, New Fan Custom Cave, shout out to Skedaddle, Dosage Customs, but we all work together, though. It's two different companies, but we all, you know, under the same thing, man. We all working together.
And that's what's
shout
up.
out to them brothers too, man. If y'all need anything custom, hit up at Your Choice, YACHOICE on Instagram, Jimmy Choice Smallwood on Facebook. So if y'all need any custom clothing or whatever it is, man, reach out to that brother. He definitely one of the best at it.
And side note, Heritage Hip Hop has a comic book and anime community called Blurred Hop. All y'all blurs out there that like hip hop, Choice made a fly Dragon Ball like varsity jacket. Y'all need to get one of those. You know what I'm saying? Just to put it out there, because that's my brother, Choice. I respect Choice highly. So we want to make sure when we plug everybody out there that's doing it big. So everybody out there listening to this interview, we out of here. So once again, we say peace, and we out.
Once again, thank you for listening to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This is Karev, and I want to thank my guest, D.Bridges, one of the more pronounced voices in the New Jersey hip hop scene right now. Thank you for coming on the show, bro. You are very much appreciated. And to everyone out there listening, make sure you check out his album, About Dre, available on all music platforms. You can stream it if you like, but if you really enjoy the artist and you want to support them, please purchase it. Take out $1 for the single or pay the whole $10 for the album. It is worth the listen. Before we get out of here, we want to give a shout out to the people who support us. Right now, we have the Truth Behind Bars Freestyle Challenge. You drop a black and white video with your best bars. Make sure you DM us on our social medias at Heritage Hip Hop on Instagram, and we'll send you the chosen beat. We're using Benny the Butcher's Black Soprano Family single, The Mob beat, as the backdrop. Also want to give a shout out to Fatty's Place, who is celebrating all the ladies in the industry that do music. That's FADDYSPLACE, Fatty's Place, on Instagram. Our partners in crime, we have Lex Diamonds and the Diamonds Entertainment LLC. That's DIEMENZ Entertainment LLC on Instagram. Fire Jaws, one of the most prolific rappers in Jersey, especially on a faithful hip hop tip. He has Wildfire Marketing, so if you're looking to get your song placed, promoted at a proper rate, you could go see him. And also, we're brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair and Transparent Space. Be sure to follow Heritage Hip Hop on all social medias at Heritage Hip Hop. Also, we have a free membership website for people who love to hear new music, see new videos, and be exposed to new artists. Our website is www.heritagehiphop.com. If you'd like to support us and wear our apparel, our store is www.storefrontier.com/Heritage Hip Hop. We have facial masks, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all types of apparel for you to celebrate the brand. But the most important thing is we want to celebrate you, the hip-hop culture. Whether you do graffiti, sing, dance, art, teach, maybe you're a civil servant, you're into politics, or you're into the spiritual life, you are a part of hip-hop. Hip-hop comes from God, and God gave the world you. So that's why the world is precious. So everybody out there that's been affected by coronavirus and COVID-19, our hearts go out to you. And for everybody out there that's losing loved ones, you keep their love alive, and it always exists in love as long as you live. So may the Most High bless them and bless you. With that being said, we're going to get out of here, but make sure you stay tuned because we got more great interviews with great guests, foreign and domestic, coming to Heritage Hip Hop. So for everybody out there, we say peace and we out.